What's going on, Omnibuddies? Mitch here, and today we are doing an overview of a book I am so freaking excited for. Why? Because it's one of the first books that I actually helped to market and even got to go through and do a little bit of light editing on it. I'm really excited. Today we are looking at Black Box Chronicles. All right, so this book, full disclosure, I now do some work with Magnetic Press, the publisher of Black. All right, so full disclosure, I do some work with the publisher of Black Box Chronicles, Magnetic Press, and this is actually kind of co-produced a little bit by Magnetic Press and Horrible Future, and yeah. Super cool. So this book we kickstarted and got it going. It's a science fiction, kind of dark science fiction anthology series. Has a ton of huge creators on it. I mean, David Mack doing the cover art. I mean, crazy stuff. And then we also have the art book by Shane, and freaking amazing art book. We'll look at both of these. Also, there's the trade paperback, which is just freaking amazing. Those beautiful rounded corners that Magnetic Press does right on the trade paperback. And the creme de la creme, the slipcase edition with a little magnetic flippy case. Look at that. How satisfying is that? Oof. But it's also got that foil on there. Oof. Y'all, I'm so excited about this series. It is so good. And we have the copies that came in a little early. I backed it personally too. Really excited about this one. You know what? I'm just gonna stop gushing about it. Let's get it down on the table. Let's find out why you should order this book. All right, so here is the Black Box Chronicles. So we have multiple versions here. I got them all here so that you can see them. We have the really nice trade paperback here with those beautiful Magnetic Press, like exclusive, I think, rounded corners. Really nice quality, really thick trade paperback with like glossy interior cover page, like really nice, really good quality. So we'll put that off to the side. And then we will take a look at, here is the Kickstarter exclusive slipcase, which has this really cool magnetic cover. Really fun. And then, yeah, really well done, really well designed and built. And then it's just got the two regular hardcovers inside. This specific one isn't a numbered edition, but the Kickstarter one that I have coming in is a numbered edition. So, but it's got that really nice foil. So if you are into slipcases, this is definitely one to grab. It is absolutely gorgeous, really nice, like soft texture. And then these, you know, spot UV with the spot UV mixed with foil. Really, really cool combination. And then there's the spine there. There's the spine there. Got this like black box metal futuristic look to it. Really cool. And then you have the two hardcovers that are actually inside. So you have the actual anthology series of the Black Box Chronicles. And then you have the design space, which Shane ended up doing so much design work. He actually did so this is David Mack did the cover of the hardcover, and then Shane did the cover of the trade paperback. But he ended up doing so much extra art that they ended up putting an entire hardcover. It's skinnier, it's smaller, but they ended up putting together an entire hardcover of the, like, of all his side art and things like that. So super cool, really cool. We'll take a look at that last, but we'll get into the hardcover. So we got the spot UV on the hardcover here. Here is the spine, a little bit of spot UV on there too. And then the back has all this UV. Really cool, really, really cool. So this retails for $29.99, is published by Magnetic Press and Horrible Future, produced by it. So let's get into it. And brought to us by Mark Shea and Chris Northup. So first things first, I love that there's art on these end papers, this end sheet. Magnetic does a great job always using this as a art piece and not just leaving it, white end paper or black or gray or blue or whatever color, but actually making it an art piece. And I love, love, love when they do it not only as an art piece, but as a useful art piece, like a system map, where you can actually see there's Sol Prime, and there are these different planets that are mentioned, and that this whole universe or solar system, not solar system because it's bigger than a solar system, but that the world building, I guess, is all right there, and you can see the map. I love that. So then we get into it. We got more art by David Mack, and then we got the introduction by Mike Kennedy, the publisher for Magnetic Press, and then we got The Scavenger Part 1, and Part 2 ends it, and then you have To Error is Human, The Loop, Sundowning, Repaired, Smaller World, Residuals, Scrap, Return to Ascender, Void, Salvage, A Cold Dark Space, Irreplaceable, Turtles Can See Ultraviolet, and again, Scavenger Part 2, and we have a little afterwards here. So this is a crazy, crazy amount of creators. We have Zach Howard and Flavio Dispenza. We got Eric Donovan and Michael Russell, Marco Fedora, Flavio again. We got, let's see, Gavin Smith. A lot of these are written by, most of them are written by Chris Northup and Mark Shea. Some are, written by Tiki Soma, illustrated by Drew Moss. We got Shane McManus on Salvage, Christian Debari, Drew Moss again. I mean, just a ton of people on here. David Messina, Toru Terada, Flavio. Yeah, so there are just a ton. Mario Alberti is on here. Just a ton of artists and creators on here. Really, really, really cool. And Michael Ivan Omin's in here too. Really cool to see Tiki Soma and Michael Omin in the same book since they are married. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, we got the Great Outward Expansion and a bit about it. And then with the about Black Box and kind of setting it up. And then you just get right into it. And holy cow, you guys, the color in this book is just insanely cool. Just so gorgeous. The lettering is great. The layouts are great. Just beautiful. Like, it's got really nice semi-gloss paper and like good quality thickness to it. Man. I'm gushing over it. And yes, I work with Magnetic and I know these guys and I love these guys. These books are just so well done. I got to see the layouts beforehand and read it beforehand and do a little bit of editing, but I did not expect this good of work. Really cool. Eric Donovan did like a whole video on like coloring and illustrating this kind of stuff, where like how to like pull depth and all this kind of stuff. Crazy cool stuff and lots of extras. So if you go to the Magnetic Press Kickstarter page, there's a ton of updates on there that includes that stuff. So really cool to see. So basically, I'll actually start talking about the story a little bit. So the whole thing is an anthology series. So you have the Black Box Chronicles. The Black Box is how, what happens, the people of Earth, and, the whole thing is, the Great Outward Expansion. It's kind of set up right here. People have colonized and expanded out from Earth and gone, our original seed solar system became known merely as Sol Prime. So our star, that's our, that's the prime where we came from. And so we've expanded, we've grown technologically, we've discovered all these things. We're super advanced, but no one knows what happens after we die. It's kind of the last great mystery. And they've created a technology called a black box where it kind of records your life and your last moments and kind of puts you in a box. And kind of, is it your soul? Is it your personality? Is it just your memories? What exactly is it and qualifies as human? It's very much like Black Mirror meets The Expanse meets, like, not necessarily Battlestar Galactica. I mean, it's got so many cool sci-fi aspects to it. Um, maybe yeah. So it's got so much good stuff to it, and it tells the story. It tells so many cool different stories in different art styles. Teru Terada has Smaller World, which he did another book called Small World for Magnetic Press. So that's just funny happenstance that he did Small World and now he's done a story called Smaller World. No relation except for, by name, but very interesting takes on the black box and how black boxes are used and viewed, and then just almost expanding and setting up this universe for so much more. And it's basically a huge world building book, which excites me because the world building is interesting to read and fun and a great study on world building. But then to know that they have so much more in store for this world beyond just this book as it is right now. Super interesting stuff, takes on popularity and what it is to be a celebrity and what it is to be, working class, no matter the actual physical scale or what you're doing, and just looks at familial relations and how you deal with family when you've lost a loved one, but they're in a box. Is that your loved one? Is it not? Really interesting look into just humanity. And man, and each time you're just hit with these amazing art styles and interesting storytelling and different plot devices. Not necessarily, Black Box is kind of a plot device, but just an interesting take on humanity and where we could go in the future. I love sci-fi, and that's why I love it, because it kind of lets you explore humanity in new ways. And look at that color. Jeez. Come on, just beautiful coloring there. Yeah, so that we'll just kind of leave it at that, and we'll get going to the end. And then we have the creative team, all the different creative team on here. Just so cool. And I kind of like that it includes their Instagram on here too, so you can go follow those different creators if you like, which is super cool. And then you got that nice end sheet there. And then we have the design space here, which also has great end sheet art. And then that beautiful pinup that Shane did, and then like close-ups. Oof, so nice. So yeah, so this is written by Mark Shea, who's also a co-writer of Black Box. And then you just have all the different things that they go through here. Designing it. Shea does a lot, or not Shea, Shane Molina does a ton of digital art, but he's also a really good like miniatures painter and does a lot of really cool stuff out of Hawaii. Really cool stuff. So definitely follow him. He does awesome work. And super exciting, super cool, exciting, positive guy too, which is super cool. So then like going into the universe, the industry, what's in a box, different types, the corporations. So, I mean, they did some really good high level, deep storytelling and world building. Talking about the scavenger and the ships, which are really cool. You can get they got the minis that are coming, and then just the technology behind all these things and the display, and even their like their clothing, and then, you know, more ships and really cool stuff. And yeah, so Shane just did so many like amazing pieces of art and schematics for all this stuff that they're like, you know what, we got to put this in and talk about this stuff because it's just friggin' amazing. And yeah, so it helped, you know, build out the world and really flesh everything out, or, you know, build it out. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, look at this stuff. Jeez. Like, calm down, Shane. What in the world? How do people come up with this? I cannot fathom how. But yeah, you got buildings and cities, ships and robots and characters and weapons, just random technology. Yeah, just beautiful work. So yeah, we'll get going to the end here, and then yeah, just one more page. There we go. End transmission. So then you got an afterwards with Shane, and then boom, more end sheet art. So those are the two hardcovers. We got the trade paperback, and let's grab it. We got the slipcase edition. Absolutely stoked to have these in hand finally. Check them out. All right, so that was a quick overview of the anthology of the Black Box Chronicles. Man, I am so excited for the future, the horrible future as it may be, of the Black Box Chronicles series. They have so much cool stuff in the works for it. Just friggin' awesome. There's crazy stuff happening with the Kickstarter, like a little really cool game that Chris has designed. Mark Shea and Chris Northrup did a friggin' amazing job. The other creators in this book, just outstanding work, super cool, gorgeous design work by Chris on this book. Man, Mike just did an amazing job editing and publishing and putting together this like crazy package of stuff. Super cool. Definitely, once these finish shipping out, get your hands on at least the trade paperback, which is like super nice quality, like really nice. Like, I don't normally do trade paperbacks, but dang, the new trade paperbacks that Magnetic Press is doing are actually like really good quality, and I actually really love them. Some of the most gorgeous trade paperbacks you will come across, which is a weird thing to say. Like, trade paperbacks are usually just like read them and toss them, or, you know, just like sell them in a yard sale or something. But dang, these are like collectible level trade paperbacks. Kind of insane. But the hardcovers and maybe some of the slipcases might be available afterwards. Hardcovers probably a little bit more. But dang, this series, so freaking good. I cannot wait for the future of like the story and how it continues to be told. Man. And then Shane and his art stuff and the minis that they did. Just all right. Now I'm gushing, and I'm just really excited about it. I'm sorry, but definitely check out Black Box Chronicles. Really cool sci-fi anthology with a really cool future in store. So definitely check it out now. Jump on that ship right now as quick as you can. But yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, but do all those, but the most important thing to do, yeah, do all those things, but the most important thing to do is comment. Let me know in the comments what your favorite, let's talk sci-fi series is. I guess it could be a movie, but let me know what your favorite sci-fi comic is that you have read. There's so many out there. I love sci-fi and I love space sci-fi. So if it's space-based sci-fi, that's bonus points. But let me know what your absolute favorite sci-fi series of all time is that you've read in comic book form. All right, that's it. Take care. Stay cool.